listen to me. I don't have to. He has to. That's your son.
No, you have to remember, once you and him get married, and really, as far as I'm concerned, y'all are married, okay? And if you're part of him, okay, and that means he's definitely me, that means that you're...
There was a tense silence the moment Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones faced off in their living room. Family and close friends hovered nearby, exchanging worried looks as the argument spiraled out of control. "You can't talk to me like that." Chrissy's voice trembled with a mix of shock and anger. "You've crossed the line, Jim." His frustration boiled over. "You don't get to decide how I handle things," he snapped. His expression hardened, and before anyone could stop him, he slapped her across the face. The sharp smack echoed through the room, and everyone held their breath. Chrissy staggered back, hand flying to her cheek. "You've lost your mind," she yelled, her tone a furious blend of disbelief and hurt. In the corner, their teenage son finally spoke up. He stepped forward, eyes blazing. "That's enough," he said, his voice firm. "You can't treat my mom like that and expect us all to pretend nothing happened." Jim's face darkened with humiliation and rage. "Get out of here," he growled. "If you don't like it, you can leave." "I wouldn't stay in a place where you hit people," his son shot back. "You're not welcome here." Jim's jaw clenched. He glared at both his wife and his son, hurt and anger warring in his eyes. For a long moment, he looked as if he might explode again. Then he stormed out, slamming the front door so hard the windows rattled. As soon as his footsteps faded, Chrissy and their boy turned to each other. Relief washed over them, even though her cheek throbbed and adrenaline still pulsed in her veins. "Are you okay?" he asked, worry etched on his young face. She managed a shaky nod. "I will be," she whispered. "I can't believe he hit me. It wasn't just that slap. It was everything that led up to it." Her son pulled her into a gentle hug. "We'll get through this," he promised. "But we have to stand together and make sure it never happens again." Over the next few hours, they sat down in the quiet house, carefully untangling the wreckage. Chrissy wiped away tears and explained how she'd discovered something even more devastating. Jim had stolen $7 million from their joint accounts. "I found hidden investments and transfers in my name," she said, her voice breaking. "He treated my money like it was his own private wallet." Hearing that, their son's eyes went wide. $7 million? He repeated. "That's unbelievable." Chrissy took a steadying breath. "I thought it was just bad advice or a careless mistake," she admitted. "But then I saw the bank statements. He moved my savings without my knowledge or consent." Their living room felt unbearably small as Jim's betrayal sank in. "I trusted him," Chrissy whispered. "I gave him everything, my support, my love, my future, and he used it against me." Her son squeezed her hand. "We'll rebuild," he vowed. "You're not alone in this." Together, they made a plan. Chrissy would secure their finances and hire a lawyer. Their son promised to keep watch and stand by his mother no matter what. In that moment of shared determination, the tension finally began to ease. Later that evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, they found a fragile piece. Chrissy rested her head on her son's shoulder, drawing strength from his presence. "I never imagined he could do this," she said softly. "But I believe in us." He kissed the top of her head. "We'll get through it, together." And in that promise, they discovered a new kind of loyalty, one built not on love alone, but on mutual respect, honesty, and the shared belief that no matter how deep the betrayal, they would heal and move forward as a family. Jim Jones sat forward, his voice quiet but steady. "I'm focusing on my music and brand now," he said. "It'll take time, but I refuse to let this betrayal hold me back. I'm slowly taking back my power." He stood up. determination, in his eyes. Consider this a warning. Trust your gut and stay alert. You never know what's lurking in the shadows. Not long after, Jim and Chrissy Lampkin quietly announced they were separating. On September 20th, Chrissy posted a single image on Instagram with the caption, "We both know you'll never find someone like me. Good luck with your next chapter." No one knows exactly what drove her to share that message, but their long, rocky history seemed to be reaching an end. They first met in 2004 at a Harlem lounge, then joined VH1's Love and Hip Hop New York in 2011. Though they clearly cared for each other, Jim often admitted he was afraid of marriage. Chrissy, growing frustrated, once dropped to one knee on the show, and he replied with a joke about flying high till the wheels fall off, but they never exchanged vows. By December 2019, they celebrated Christmas on stage at Barclays Center, showing fans they could weather hard times. Yet in 2021, after nearly 2 decades together, Chrissy told Jim she'd reached her limit. At a family reunion special, when he again mentioned marriage, she snapped, "You say you love me, then come home distant and harsh." Their ups and downs had become exhausting. Jim confessed on camera that he'd always put family first, but he also admitted he struggled with commitment and had made mistakes. "I love you more than anything," he said, eyes heavy with regret. "But I mess up." Then came the night everything changed. In their dimly lit living room, clothes scattered around and a laptop open on the coffee table, Chrissy sat on the couch, tears reddening her cheeks. She scrolled through photos on her phone, images of Jim laughing and hugging another woman. Her breath caught as she understood the truth. Jim walked in, unsuspecting until he saw her expression. Chrissy rose, voice trembling. "Is this what I think it is?" she demanded, holding out her phone. Jim froze, his face going pale. He ran a hand through his hair at a loss for words. She continued, tears streaming. "I trusted you. You were my partner. How long has this been going on?" He opened his mouth, but she turned away, arms crossed, staring out the window. The room felt impossibly small. After a long silence, Jim nodded, quietly admitting his guilt. Without another word, he slipped out the door. Chrissy collapsed onto the couch, phone slipping from her hand, and wept, surrounded by the wreckage of their life together. In the hush that followed, the camera pulled back to capture her loneliness, the weight of betrayal pressing down on her. For years, fans believed in Jim and Chrissy, a couple who stuck together through prison, public fights, and family struggles. But in that moment, everything they'd built seemed to crumble. As Chrissy looked around the room, at the clothes, the broken bits of their shared dreams, she realized she had to find her own path forward. The pain was raw, but so was her resolve. She wiped her tears and whispered into the empty room, "I will be okay." And in that vow, she found the first spark of hope amid the heartache.